There we go. That's what I want to see. Hello, whoever just jumped in. I'm still sharing, so bear with me staring at the screen and shit. Let's see. I don't think I invited that person yet. That person. That guy. Jenny Love. Always invite Holly Madison just in case she shows up again.
You always say that.
Well, if I get her to come on screen, man, this live will blow up. I get her to come on screen, man, this live will blow up. Hear Dr. Claw in the background there singing? Yeah, she's rocking out. What? Hey, Dr. Claw.
Hey.
Let's see, I'm sure there's a lot of you here, but I still got some room to send people. Oh yeah, Witch Talk News Channel, gotta do that. And I got one more, and then I think I'm done. Let's see, who should I mother of trees? There we go. Hey, what's going on, y'all? Alexandra, how are you? Uncle Birch can be live from New Orleans. It's a little early today, so we'll see how the broadcast goes. What's going on wherever you are? Let me know where you are.
I want to request. It's great.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were. We only got like 5 people here so far, so yeah, people are jumping in. Thank you for the host.
I tapped I was tapping like crazy while I was
Tend to
waiting
talk
for
about some
you
things.
to
You just kind of go over to people to talk about.
I was
Okay.
tapping
Yeah.
like
So
crazy
if
while
you're
waiting.
not on screen, just keep tapping like.
Exactly.
Missouri, right on. How are you? Yeah, just keep tapping like, and if we get more love than we get hate, they won't be able to take the broadcast down. I got a video uploading right now. It's about 5 minutes long. That will be posted on all of my social media platforms, but I'm not going to talk about that yet because there are not enough people here. Let's see, should I invite more people? I'm just going to invite more people.
So, by the way, did you look into the Church of Lucifer
What's happening?
thing? Did you look into the Church of Lucifer so you can give your knowledge to them because they're scholars?
Didn't I end up on? That when you go live?
Yeah, that's
what are you talking about?
They're they're an account that is called Church of Lucifer and Care Bear. It's all the Church of Lucifer is. They are scholars. They're not. They have many different practices and faiths in there. They're scholars of enlightenment. So I mean, if you could put your 2 cents in with them, that'd be great too. Provide your wisdom. See if I can add them in here. Because I'm going to share it to them.
All right, send some more invites. Mama Bear Brown, how are you? Raven Crow, how are you? If anybody wants to come on screen. Well, I have a video. It's been taken forever to upload. It might actually be on this account soon, and then I will share it on my other accounts. I'll repeat this story several times because people keep coming in, but I only received permission to talk about this story today. At the start of our current hostilities with the Baihu Bruja and the Snowflake Witch, I started with the Snowflake Witch. We were arguing about a leather jacket. I got a call. Actually, I got a text from on TikTok from Bree Witch. Here's my number. Give me a call. So I give her a call. Now, apparently, Gingerella Wicked, who's forever will be known as the Snowflake Witch, was trying to recruit her into their cause. And Bree went along with it and mined them for information. And the information that we got back is fascinating. Uh, Several people see me fucking around with popsicle sticks lately. It's kind of an inside joke. I knew that the people that knew what I was talking about, but I wasn't allowed to talk about that yet until Bree said it was okay. So Gingerella Wicked tells her that she knows what my house looks like, and she's building a model of my house with popsicle sticks. And then she's going to paint it light blue because she knows what color my house is. And then burn it all down on the full moon. Because we argued about a leather jacket. That was all. And first of all, as stupid as it is trying to do that stuff on the full moon, that was the wrong moon to do that shit anyways.
Oh yeah.
But didn't even wake me up. I slept like a baby. But so I have a video telling that story, and then I will when I get off of here, I'll post it on Uncle Birch 4 and Feel Free 13, YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, and it will never be removed. I cannot imagine being such a punk ass bitch to want to do that over an argument about a leather jacket.
Wow.
And that's the problem, is these are the people that we're dealing with. This entire thing started when other people were getting on Baihu Bruja for taking credit for unaliving somebody's child. These are the type of people we deal with. They will threaten your entire family over a stupid little bullshit on fucking TikTok. Now, it is stupid little bullshit, but that doesn't get you off my hook. That's never going to get her off my hook. Matter of fact, her entire family line's on my hook now. I will conjure up her ancestors and torture them too. It is scorched earth time, my friends. It has been for a while, but I wasn't going to go there until I was given permission to tell this story because Bree was still. Bree's texting me.
He ain't playing.
Speaking of, right?
Yeah. So I back until it was time to declare that word because I was more focused on Baihu Bruja. The thing with Gingerella Wicked is stupid. The fact that she's been a pawn of Baihu Brujas is also stupid. To have such a lack of intelligence, intel in the area of war, pretty safe because I know a lot. Anybody wants the Snowflake Witch's legal name? I got it. Send me a message. They made the mistake of, while trying to do a hatchet job on Witch with Two Dogs and getting me involved, using their email address that had their legal name on it.
Wow.
Yeah, because that was back when we were all friends, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Can you imagine the kindergarten level of building a house made out of popsicle sticks for your magic? And the time it would take. I don't have that much time for these people. I just think an evil thought and throw it through the air, and shit starts burning on the other end,
That's the
man.
difference between a real
So
practitioner and an amateur.
Absolutely. We got Dead Doll Magic, probably missed it. We got Bree Witch here. Maybe Bree Witch will even tell us. But again, if you're just joining us, I got a call from Bree Witch one day. Or actually, she sent me her number. And Gingerella Wicked and Baihu Bruja were trying to recruit her into their cause.
I've sent
and
you
she
my
mined them for information. She mined them for information and then gave me the information. And the information was that Gingerella Wicked was building a model of my house out of popsicle sticks, going to paint it blue, and then burn it. Apparently on the full moon, because that's when my words told. Hey, look, they're trying some shit over an argument about a leather jacket. That's the latest news. And my video posted by now. I don't know. It was going really slow because I did it was like 7 minutes or something like that. So it's taking a while. And then I'm going to post it on all of my accounts. Hey, Bree.
Yeah.
Bestie,
Hey guys.
how are ya?
Hi, gorgeous.
I didn't know
Hello,
who they were dealing with.
Sebastian.
But behind the scenes, me and Bree had been developing this other connection, so it was really bad timing on their part.
Yes, it was.
Mhm. So much drama for what? Because of narcissistic and they need fuel. Absolutely. That explains the other news dodged her. Yeah. And if people don't know it, Witch Talk News Channel has had to go private because of the mass reporting from Raven's friend.
I'm glad I followed them before they did. That was great.
You know, the thing
Yep,
about
yep, yep.
witchcraft is there's such a thing as justification. And getting your feelings hurt and not liking what someone says does not justify the threat of burning down someone's home with a child in it, you know? And
Yep, yep.
so, and then just to
So I sure have
randomly,
justification now.
I
you know,
actually
that,
think that somebody that goes to the great deal of making such a threat public like that is probably unable to really follow through on it magically.
well, she didn't make
Yeah.
that
Well,
threat
she
publicly. She
already
made
told
it
Bree.
privately to
Yeah.
me.
Mm.
Um, you know,
And
now
I was
I
sworn to
do,
secrecy until today.
and that threat could have been made just to test me to see if
I was
I
just saying
would
I was
say
sworn to
something
secrecy until
about
today.
it.
I never told anybody nothing,
Yeah,
but I did make some jokes
No,
about popsicle sticks.
no. And Birch reached
Mm-hmm.
out to me and asked me. He said, you know,
Yeah.
can I? He didn't just say it. He asked me. He said, "Hey, can I finally tell the popsicle story?" And I said, "Sure."
yeah,
Gloves are off.
that's hilarious.
So yeah.
Yep. I didn't say shit until then. But talk about justification. I mean, I don't even care if she went through with it. If you're sitting there thinking about harming my family to that extent, I got all the justification in the world, and my gods are warlike.
I know that.
Please
Exactly.
tell me this is all going up on YouTube. Absolutely.
Speaking
Absolutely.
of
And
warlike
it's
gods,
early in the broadcast. It'll probably get worse. So, you people that aren't on screen, remember to keep tapping, keep giving us the love, and then they won't be able to give us enough hate.
and speaking of warlike gods, I'm like, do Christians seriously not realize that Yahweh is a war deity?
No shit.
Yeah. I mean, my main patron goddess is Fortuna,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
who drove a man across the known world to conquer it.
You know,
Funny, Christians don't know
I
the
also
origin of their
think
own God.
too what
Yeah, they don't
you
have the
know
mental
this
ability to do that
ongoing
intelligent
drama
anything. Yeah. Like I
is a
said, it barely,
deflect.
I have to wake up.
You know, I think they're trying to
Mm-hmm.
deflect away from the truth coming out. Raven's business, you know,
Mm-hmm.
all of the refunds that are people are requesting, you know, for the readings and the products and the
Yeah.
classes.
Yeah.
You know, they're deflecting.
Well, and and somebody just posted a video of one of her readings. And I'm going, what the fuck kind of new age shit is this? Putting crystals on your cards when you're reading them? And some weird oracle fucking deck.
Oh
And
no.
the vague answers she was giving in that reading were just worthless
They
to any
usually are.
client.
You mean like she's reading them out of the pamphlet?
Yeah, 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 kind of like that.
Yeah, I know you're laughing, but you
And
know that
again,
you've
I'll
seen
repeat
that
this.
and heard that yourself.
Yep.
By the way,
Yeah,
Mister
I have.
Melissa, I wanted to let you know I am a medium as well, but I am still learning to trust myself. I'm not ready to do it professionally yet.
And if anybody needs Gingerella's legal name, I happen to have that. She made the mistake of using her um, business email when they were sending me the screenshots about Witch with Two Dogs. You know, it's back
Okay.
when we were
Wah, wah,
friends and
wah.
stuff. Never really friendly.
So sad
Yeah,
for her.
Morgan.
Thank you.
It is really sad. It is really sad. But I will not feel any remorse at any time that I throw.
No, I wouldn't.
That's the thing that gets you backlash. You've got to be able to do it without remorse.
They say a witch that can't
So
curse can't
thank you,
heal.
Bree, for
My curse is that I don't know how to do things without compassion. I'm overly compassionate.
you can't. Then you can't throw. That's how you
Pretty
get
much.
backlash. That
I
whole
know
and
that's
that's
what
how
it
Yeah,
and that's how
does.
you miss
you
and
gotta
that's how you miss your target.
distance yourself from that shit.
I am working on that.
It's like
I'm no longer a doormat, but I still have more to go.
it's like throwing a rock with a string attached to it. It'll probably
Good
break the string,
analogy.
but it's going to go over here.
I
Miss.
automatically thought of like a SpongeBob reference with Mr. Krabs putting a penny in a machine and yanking it back out.
Well, Christian, you can hex a person with love and kindness. You can, and
Especially if they're
sweetness.
miserable.
No,
If they're a
no.
miserable person.
Me personally, I like to break legs, and that's my. I love that. You know, you break somebody's leg, they're not going to fuck with you anymore.
Mm,
Yeah, absolutely. I go full Klingon with it. I will not drink with an enemy.
I love it.
I
Uncle
love that
Bert,
reference
you're
there.
my man.
Well, I've said this. I've told this story before to other people. When my first kid was in school and we had to go to school functions, and they'd make a stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I did the full Klingon discommodation ritual. Turned my fucking back and stood there for the whole time. I embarrassed the fuck out of that kid. I'm sure.
I unconsciously just knew not to do it. I unconsciously knew not to participate in the pledge or even when I was indoctrinated into Christianity, I still didn't participate in prayers. I was like, I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, nope,
Yeah.
nope. I intuitively blocked it out.
So real quick for all those people joining us, the breaking tea today is this happened a while back, and Bree gave me permission to tell the story.
Oh,
Gingerella Wicked called Bree and laid out a scheme where she was going to make a model of my house out of popsicle sticks, paint it the color of my
Popsicle.
house, and burn it on the full moon.
Well, as entertaining as this is, guys, you have a great rest of your day. I got to run.
okay.
All right, see you. Yeah, if anybody wants to come on screen, hit that button. She threatened to burn my house down too, also. Yeah. Well, I kind of forgot. I didn't know all of the parties involved when they were saying this string of names at me.
Hi,
Um,
gorgeous.
one
Hi.
of the first conversations I had was accusing Candy and somebody else of coming to her house and slashing her tires. That was the first conversation we had about this. I didn't know who Candy was at the time.
Candy wouldn't waste gas on going out there.
Yeah,
We've
it's
got
not
to do
actually
two
going to
nine.
work.
We have
No, it's
got to do
not.
2 9 boxes.
Does this every time I try to come on a live.
It
Yeah,
does.
if you're out there in the chat room, just please help us out and keep hitting like,
There we
keep
go.
hitting like. If we get more love than the haters got hate, we win. Hey,
Yes, because
Georgia,
haters acronym is having anger towards
Giraffe,
everyone reaching success.
Energy for
Haters
Georgie,
is an
you can call me
acronym for
Georgie.
having
Hey,
anger towards
Georgie, how are you?
everyone reaching success.
I'm good. Sebastian, how'd the
Yeah,
interview go?
Oh,
come here, babe.
it's been postponed to today because yesterday I went in. This is like the third time that they've asked me to come back in because again their system is being weird. So the first time, whenever I went in the first time, they said it was that it had been pulled out from whenever they were doing seasonal. Then I tried doing it that day that they said it had been pulled out, and then apparently I hadn't. Created as account with them, but not an application. So yesterday I did the application, and then
Okay.
today I'm doing the interview. I'm like, damn, it's
Oh,
like
you
so
haven't did the
so
interview
brought
yet.
out. But I got this. I got this. I'm gonna get it.
You know,
Of course.
Sebastian.
What's up?
Sebastian, as an old witch,
Mhm.
I have to chime in. I have to chime in sometimes and remind the younger kids that you're on controversial videos like this, so I'm sure you're on somebody's enemy list out there.
Oh yes, always.
Um, Not good to talk about goals and stuff
Right.
where
Don't leak
your
out too
enemies
much
can hear you.
information. Yeah, don't
Yeah,
leak out too much information.
yeah, yeah. Unless it's disinformation.
True.
I'll do that knowing the enemies are listening. Yeah. That's the closest I ever come to lying is when I provide my enemies with disinformation.
And disinformation is where it's mixed information, right?
Yeah, misleading information that'll
Yes.
take them down a dark path and destroy them. That kind of thing.
Love that.
Hello, beautiful people back. Whispers of Three. How are you? Just God, I know I made an attempt to not talk about it for a couple of days. Everybody came on camera and talked about it, anyways. But now that I'm able to talk about this other thing, I mean, that Gingerella was just an annoyance before
Yeah,
that, but she just rose to the top of the list. It's like you're gonna even conceive of trying to harm my family
right.
with your stupid popsicle stick trick. Um, you made it to the top of the list. I will burn your crops. I will salt your soil.
You've
I will
made
dig
the
up your
list.
ancestors. I will dig up your ancestors, put them in a bottle, and torture them until they take it out on you.
For real. You deserve justice for that kind of a threat. She threatened to burn my house down too. Like I said, she got a hold of my address and she made it known that she had my address, and then she posted a video of a house burning down directly after. So obviously I was right. That's what she meant by it. She likes to
Well,
do
I'll tell you,
that
I
sort
haven't
of thing.
looked yet. I haven't looked yet, but I got Gingerella's legal name, so I
If
can
you
find
could
it in a
send that
couple
to
minutes.
me, if you could send that to me, that'd
Yeah,
be helpful.
send, send me a message because I'll probably forget.
Okay.
The male witch. All right, we got a
Oh,
male.
that's
We
a good
got
friend
three
of
male
mine. That's a
witches in
good friend of mine.
balance.
He's a good friend of mine.
Hey, the male witch. How are you?
How's it going?
What's up,
Where are you
brother?
at?
How's it going? You alright?
Oh yes.
Good.
Just thought I'd pop in
Yeah,
and show
Gingerella
some
would lead
support.
people. Yeah, like I said, Gingerella was just an annoyance. Um, Fighting over a leather
I'm getting
jacket
a
wasn't
phone call. I'll be
important
back.
to me.
Okay.
Family, even thinking about harming my family. Oh no, no, you have a very bad time. You have a very bad time. So stay tuned to her channel if you're there. You'll see her aging really fast and looking like she hasn't slept in days.
I love that.
Good. She
And
deserves
once they
it,
haven't slept in days, I win because then you start to go insane. All I got to do is disturb
right?
your sleep
The
for a
psychosis
week
will
and you
hit.
lose your shit.
That's what they did in the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
No torture. Just don't let them sleep.
So how
Yeah.
are you, Danny?
Human versus spirit.
That whole
I
group, though,
am
Raven,
and
Generella,
Angelique,
all of
I'm
them, they're
witch.
all so similar.
I am witch. I can conjure up spirits and trap them. Yes. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I read your question right, but yeah, done it before. Kara, check your messages, boo. Mystic
Oh,
Holistic said it.
okay, I
Okay,
will.
Mystic Holistic's here, so I gotta spill the tea all over again. So
Okay.
Mystic Holistic will get it. I should have a video posted about it by now. It's close to 10 minutes long. Uh, about a week or so ago, Bree sent me a message. Here's my number. Give me a call. And I was sworn to secrecy until today when I asked permission to tell this story. Gingerella Wicked was trying to get Bree on their side, and Bree mined her for information, and then immediately gave me the information. Gingerella was making a popsicle stick model of my house. Gonna paint it light blue because that's really all she knows about the house because she saw the back of it one time, and then gonna burn it down on the full moon. So yeah,
Mm.
that's where we're at. That's the newest tea. Unfortunately, I don't think Mystic can come on screen yet, but
What's up, Shauna?
maybe maybe
Hi.
she'll talk about it on her live today. Hey, T, Alexis, hello.
Hi.
Yeah. So yeah, so Gingerella has floated up in the list. She was a minor annoyance, but somebody that even conceives of, even if she didn't cast, which she did try. She did try. Didn't even wake me up. But you make it to the top of the list when you try and fuck with my family or even think about fucking with my family.
I mean, I consider you
Yes,
family, so.
human detritus. Human detritus. Fungus is better than human detritus. So, yeah.
So Birch, do you want to hear the rest of the story that I never told you, or do you want to wait and I'll tell that to you in private and then you can decide whether you disclose that?
Nah, tell the world.
Are you sure?
I am.
Okay. So Gina was so upset that she went back and pulled several articles of the Long Beach LPD, articles of scandal and what was going on. And they never said your name, but she made it out to be that there was a major scandal in the police department and you were involved and you were the one that turned on your fellow police officers, and it was so bad that they put you into protective custody and witness
No.
protection, and that's why you
No.
moved away from California,
Oh my
and
God.
that you were paid $500,000 for that, and that is how
Woo!
you
Where's that
got the
Where's
money?
the
money
check,
Where's the
man?
money?
to pay for your house in New Orleans. And I
Oh
questioned
my
her and I
God.
said, well, the timeline to the articles and to what you're saying and to when he moved to New Orleans is not matching. She said,
Yeah.
well, he didn't move to New Orleans until the last person went to prison that he turned on. I'm like, wow, that's
Oh
a.
my God.
See how she
Well,
makes up stories? She makes
yeah.
up
So let me
crazy
let me
fucking
let me
stories.
let me have the floor for a minute here because this is funny. I have told this story on TikTok before. I was never a Long Beach PD officer. I was a harbor cop in the city of Long Beach. Yes, my sergeant tried to beat a suspect that was already in handcuffs in front of me, and I stopped him, and it was really intense. I grabbed the nightstick, and everybody went for their guns, and it was very tense. And I ratted on my sergeant. They didn't put me in protective custody. They spent the next year trying to kill me. Several times. Every hot call was sent to my screen. My backup was called off. I rolled into situations with open fucking gunfire all day, every day. And the part of the story that I did not tell to anybody, I will tell you people right now. I tried to stick with it. I was the only anarchist cop I knew. I was trying to protect the innocent and help the people. And it wore me down, the constant threat to my life. I literally tried to go suicide by perp. I for a week I walked around with an unloaded gun and left my bulletproof vest in my fucking locker. And one day I arrest this. There's this guy and this girl on the side of the street, and he's fighting her, and she's all bloody. And yeah, talking to him, find out what is going on. It turns out she's like 8 months pregnant, and he beat her because she refused to work the streets for his crack money. So I arrest him, get her to the hospital, do all the things. I come back to the station, get ready to fill out the police report, and this voice came out of me that was not my voice, and it said, "Fucking bitch, probably deserved it anyways." I knew that cops are only good cops for a couple years at the best, and I was always looking for that moment when it would break me and I would become one with the board. When I heard those words come out of my mouth, I took off my fucking badge, walked in the other room, threw it on my sergeant's desk, walked away. No, nobody paid me 500 grand. I think since I'd only been there 3 years, my retirement was 6 grand. And that was it. And then I was in California for another 30 fucking years. So I love that the intel department in my enemy's camp fails so dramatically, so constantly. So now I've told this part of the story that I've never told anybody but Dr. Claw over here. That's my story. And by the way, nothing happened to the cop that I turned in. Nothing happened to my sergeant. Nothing happened to the other officers. My sergeant was still my sergeant the next night. That's why my life was in danger. So I'm the cop that did the right thing that you all wish you had seen on one of these fucking videos. That's how it turned out. That's the system we're in. You think cops are bad? You think the system of policing is bad? I'm here to tell you, you don't know shit. It is so much worse than you think. And I'm sure it hasn't gotten any better. And that was like, 90 something. Fuck, it was a long time ago.
Wow.
Thank you for listening.
Wow. That
Yeah.
that hits
That's why I
hard.
don't tell her. It's very emotional. Yes.
That hits hard. It's like I think we almost need a moment of silence. Thank you. Thank you for what you did. Thank you for your service.
Yes.
I also want to send
Thank
out a
you.
shout out to Mystic. Thank you for the information. I really appreciate that. I asked for Raven Mindy's Mindy Dobbs. I asked for her name and her date of birth, and I got it. I got it. So
Nice.
there we go.
Well, I want that too.
Yep.
I mean, I could work with her picture,
Yep.
but, more the merrier. I want that too. And if
Yep.
it doesn't have Gingerellas, I got that. And Kirk's.
You got
Yeah,
her
we got
birthday?
Kirk's. I don't think I got a birthday. I don't need
October
it.
31st.
What's that?
October 31st?
October 31st. Gingerella?
Oh,
No,
No,
that's
okay.
Raven.
that's Finwa. That's Kurt's birthday.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. He was adopted, and I have the real name. Ooh. Very nice. Very nice. And then Baby Doll. Didn't she get her? She's on Friends Only or something. Something happened to her account. I'm losing track of this shit. So again, if you're just joining us, let me tell you the new tea. Gingerella tried to make a popsicle stick model of my house and burn it down on the full moon, and I knew about it the entire time before she even fucking did it because Bree told me. And I was sworn to secrecy, and Bree today told me that I could tell the story. So I'm going to tell it. I'm going to tell it. I'm going to tell it. I got a video up, should be up on this channel by now, and then it'll be on Uncle Birch 4 and Feel Free 13, and then YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. I have other shit to put.
Hey y'all. Yeah,
Hey, baby
October
doll.
31st is not his birthday. I don't know who
Okay.
told y'all that, but that is not true.
I figured that was fake. Somebody's going to say, oh, yeah, I was born on Halloween. See how witchy
No.
I am?
No, his birthday is in October, but it's not the 31st.
Okay.
October 1st, 1970, correct?
Who said that?
Me, Bree Witch.
Yes, ma'am.
It's October 1st, 1970.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
Oh, Miss Bree, I watched
ma'am.
your video earlier, and I don't know if I know I commented on your video, or I commented, no, I sent it to somebody, and I said, she called them out, and she did it with a grace and class they couldn't even imagine to have.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that.
Well, I mean, I'm not speaking anything but the truth, and it's true. I'm sorry, but it is. You did it in a way they couldn't even comprehend being possible.
And I meant every word I said. She is out of her depth. She is not who she says she is. She's not the practitioner. She outed herself. She said, when she talked about her abuse and her trauma, that is not somebody that is in a loving, magical home that's been studying swamp magic for 40 years. It's not. She outed herself.
Well, she's changed her story several times, and the funny thing about it is, in my opinion, is when Kirk's biological half-sister, they share a same mom, came out and said what she said and exposed him for what he did to her as a child. The very next day, all of a sudden, Raven comes out and says, and goes into specific detail. And I know a lot. Like, I was SA'd as a child. Actually, I was abused in other ways too. But there's things, and I know there's a lot of other people on here as well. I don't know. It's not sitting well with me, and I'm not saying she wasn't. I'm not. But what I'm saying is, I don't know too many people that's going to go into that graphic of a detail on the internet to strangers, just completely out the blue.
Well, here's the thing, and there is some validity to what you're saying, but I would never, no matter how I felt about a person, I would never discount
Oh, I'm
if
not right.
if
I'm
they
not
talked
discounting
about
at
being
all.
sexually assaulted. Was it calculating? Yes, it was. Absolutely. She victimized her own self. She victimized her own trauma. She weaponized her own trauma of being sexually assaulted as a child by her step siblings. And in the very next breath, she's talking crap about Birch.
Right.
None of it made sense. I'm not a therapist. There is a therapist here in the chat, but that is not normal behavior. She was speaking more of a predator than the prey.
Right. Right. I mean, I'm not discounting what I have no idea what she went through. All I know is everything she said about Papa Finn being together with her and are they being step siblings and all of that. I know that's not true. And that's all I can legitimately speak on is what I know for a fact. And they're not siblings. They didn't meet until 2020.
Vicky,
2022.
Can I ask you something?
Yes, ma'am.
Did they sleep together?
I have no idea. I know she lives in Texas. I know that whenever he goes in and out of offshore, leaving the country or coming back into the country, he flies through Houston. Whether or not now, as far as other than that, I have no idea. Because I know she's never been anywhere near my house. And she's never been anywhere near my town.
The connection between them two is just beyond it's just beyond odd.
Right.
And I mean, you have to understand, a lot of us witches have psychic abilities. It's not real hard for us to read between the lines and see what's going on. And then for him to basically groom her friends, come on.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
Kestra, you're gonna have to play catch up. It's a long story. It's been going on for weeks. Hey, Vicky, how are you? I got to shout out Eclectically Me's here. She's the other TikTok Witch Talk News.
Okay.
Oh,
Apparently, the
hi.
two Witch Talk Newses don't get along.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Yeah.
Y'all, I don't mean to, I'm not trying to cut anybody off. I'm gonna jump off the live. Well, I mean, I'll still be in the live, but I'm gonna jump off the chat right here.
No worries.
Cause I'm leaving the eye doctor with my daughter and we're going to get our noses pierced.
Oh,
So
have fun.
but I'll still
have
be in the
fun.
chat. I'll still be in the chat, so I'll talk to y'all later.
Ooh, you got superpowers.
Bye.
All right, see ya, baby
Yes.
doll.
Thanks for the shout out, by the way.
And everybody in the chat, keep hitting like. Give us more likes than the haters can hate. And I haven't had a video taken down yet. And it's been a week or two we've been doing this every fucking day.
I had a lady
Okay,
that came
so
on my
today I found
page.
out that one of my duets with someone who was talking about Baphomet ended up getting taken down and did not have an appeal option. I'm like, that was way back when.
Yeah.
They'll go like way back and try to dig something. I'm like, are you that desperate?
I had a lady come on my page and she said, "Oh, I'm good friends with Raven and I'm not going to allow you to talk shit about her. I'm not the one." And I don't even remember her name, but yeah, I have all her little fans coming onto my page.
I had a couple people get really mad at me for posting about International Steak and Blowjob Day.
Why?
She went off,
I
man.
love that.
She's calling me a mean person. And you know what? Marta told me. I woke up, Marta goes, "Do you know what day it is?" So I didn't make the shit up. It's you Google it.
Why'd they get mad?
So I don't even
International
understand that.
what
They said,
day?
"You're not a witch. You're not a warlock. You're just a very mean person." Like maybe she's vegan. I don't know. She didn't want to eat no meat. Oh, I thought somebody wanted to
All
come in,
right,
but
I'm
they
here. I'll be
went
back.
away. So, and then
I
today now we got Bayou Bruja attacking Bree's daughter
Oh,
while
mm,
kissing Bree's ass. Your mom may be a badass witch, but you're nothing. Nah, 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 nah,
oh,
nah.
wow.
And tell me how that's gonna play out.
and the sad thing is, Stormy is the most lovely, like kindest, sweetest person. Like I actually know, like I know her because I talk to her and stuff. But like, it's absolutely ridiculous. And anyone that goes against, like, or mentions it at the moment is a bully, or is harassing, or is doxing and getting misreported. It's just like you
Yeah,
can't even talk about it. It's absolutely ridiculous. The
yeah.
whole
The other
situation is
the
just,
other Witch Talk News had to go
and there's that
private
many
because they're not
people
supporting them.
and there's that many
Yeah, the
people
other.
that have been affected.
Yeah,
You know, it's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah.
Well, I told Bria, I get how horrible that is to have somebody attack your kids because Braven threatened to hex my son. He's 3. And Gina,
Sorry.
Gina was talking shit about my son. She said he's just a bratty little kid. And that really made me angry because he's not. He's the sweetest little child. He's not a brat at
That
all.
right there would be the death penalty.
Right?
Sorry.
Yes, it made me mad.
You don't even talk shit about my kid. You don't even say
No.
one
No,
word.
I'm livid still.
When you talk
But
about
that's
Ooh,
somebody's
the thing.
thanks for the
child, you're
Okay,
also
wand.
Raven
talking about
has
the
tried
parent.
to come after my little mentor.
Yeah.
Raven has come after the 5-year-old that I'm mentoring. Her parents was letting me teach her protection. She has come after her in her dreams, but what they didn't realize, her grandparents are literally from Africa and the Caribbean. So that little girl has more protection on her than I can ever teach her because I'm not even allowed to know the things they do. But she
Mhm.
come after her, and she only thing she's kept telling me is the big black nevermore bird.
But
And
the
she's
thing is,
5
if
years
you
old,
have
so I know she's never read the book.
but the thing is, if you have a
Well,
problem with
see,
a
I
creator,
was
you don't go after someone's children. Like
Right.
that is there is morals and there is limits, and that should be a number one. You know, full stop. Do not go after someone's children, like sort of
Right.
thing. Even if they're adults, they're kids, they're you know anything. Like it's absolutely disgusting. Like it's ugh,
well,
yeah.
I was taught that if you're going to throw a curse at somebody, you have to be willing to accept the collateral damage,
Yeah,
which could be anyone in their
that's a bit
household.
different.
But however, specifically targeting the children,
Hmm.
that's very different. But it's
Right.
like my witch mom used to say, unless you're willing to go do a drive by on their house, not caring who you hit, don't hex.
Hmm. Yeah, but
And
that yeah,
also
Right,
that's
but
shut
you
up their thing.
also don't sit
Yes.
there and lay your child on top of you and say, "Oh, there's a baby in the house, so you can't throw at me," while you're sitting here throwing at people. This child
Right.
doesn't
Yeah.
even live with me. She came at her because she hit a ward that the child is set up. She's 5. She's learning to set up wards. And she hit her ward and she didn't like what she got back, so she went after a 5-year-old.
That's
Does
But
sick.
the
Raven have
little
any?
5-year-old knew what she was doing.
Does Raven have kids?
Yes.
Supposedly
Yes.
adult. Then again, she claims she's married. But according to both of them's Facebook, it just says in a relationship. And their Facebooks are both public.
Hmm. All right. Interesting.
And she claims he makes all this money, but when he was talking, she was going off on Papa's wife, she said, "My husband makes a lot of money, but not as much as my brother." Who
Yeah,
puts their fake brother above their husband if there's not
I saw that.
something more going on there?
Well, in her video making excuses why I haven't received my certified letter of cease and desist or whatever it is, um, that she needed to go through proper channels, and it needed to be notarized. If you know, then you know. That's bullshit.
Yeah,
That's bullshit. Legal
that's
paper
bullshit.
doesn't have to be
I,
fucking notarized.
and,
They send a fucking subpoena
you,
to me. If I can get a
and you
process
don't use a
server, you
criminal
sign it.
attorney, you use a civil.
Yeah, yeah. That's the other thing
Do it
is it's
right
You
away.
don't
criminal
use a
attorney.
criminal attorney, you use a civil.
Her
I
daughter
have
and
a civil
granddaughter
attorney and
came
I
to
have
her house
a
in October.
constitutional attorney.
Oh, wait a minute. This is something. Her daughter and granddaughter came to her house in October because her daughter's daddy stole all their. Come on, Mr. Callistic. Stole all their. Yeah, exactly. You don't notarize that kind of shit. That's stupid. That show. She doesn't have a lawyer. Raven has no fucking magic. Okay,
No.
but what did they steal? What did they steal? They stole all their,
And the
and
thing
she
is,
didn't
if it
finish.
comes through that way, like anybody could have typed it, you know?
Yeah,
So they don't do it
yeah.
like that.
Well, and also when she called me Michael Cornell, the correct spelling of my
Yeah.
name is on my profile picture. I don't know how are you going to get that paperwork to Michael Cornell.
Cornell University.
Yeah, yeah. But immediately I looked at the lawyer, and the lawyer specializes in sex crimes. Why does somebody have that lawyer's card? I'm
Yeah,
just
that's
asking.
weird. That's
Yeah,
weird.
I would not know where to find such a lawyer, even if I mean, maybe you could Google it.
So, guys, do y'all
Well,
want to
when
hear
you
a story
watch Miss,
time?
there was a live that Jane
I want,
did that had his sister in
Yes.
it. So,
yeah, I want to hear the story time with Bree. What?
Okay. Mystic, I hope you're on here to hear this. Okay, this happened about a year and 3 months ago. Um, Me and Miss Honeybee were following each other, and I get a very frantic message on TikTok. Please, I need to talk to you. Someone is throwing a hex on me really bad, and I need help. So I I gave her my phone number. We called. She called me. We talked. And her children, her three young children, were sick. She was fighting online with Raven, and she had shadows into her in her home, and she was just scared for her babies. She said, "What can I do?" I said, "Well, first of all, you need to let me in." And so I psychically connected with her, and I could see into her home. And there was and I told her, I said, "Listen, you have a shadow over in the left corner of your living room. I need you to turn and look at it." And she did, and she started crying. I said, "Okay, I need you to go outside because this conversation needs to be private. Spirits can hear what we say." And I told her what to do. I told her how to cleanse her home. I told her how to throw on Raven with the cow's tongue and so on like that. I didn't do the work, but I told her what to do. Within
Yeah.
6 months of that happening, um, her and Raven are friends again. Her and Honeybee and Papa Fenwa start up. Well, he finally admitted, "Yes, I sent a spirit to your home, but that was a spirit of protection."
Oh, really?
Yeah, right.
Well, who's the really fugly one with the eyebrows and the metal in her
Lucky.
face? Who Raven said she attacked her child, and they
Lucky.
worked it out. She
Lucky.
forgave her. In what world does that happen?
Right?
People need to take better care of the kids,
And
man.
she's mad at people for not coming to tell her that she done it. She wouldn't have believed them anyway. She already had those people blocked because they were
Unless
friends
you,
with Raven.
yeah. I can't conceive of that. Even if she didn't do it, but she didn't do it because she's got no magic. But taking credit for that, and then forgiving somebody for that. I'm better. I'm a better father, I guess.
I could never forgive
Yeah,
someone.
she
No, I
did
won't.
blame Mystic the whole time. She was blaming Mystic. And when Mystic was
Oh yeah.
finding
So,
out that Lucky was throwing out stuff at Mystic because she was blaming it all on
yeah.
Mystic, she was telling Lucky over here in this here, Mystic would curse your child, knowing full well it was her
Yeah.
Yep.
and
Well, let me
Papa.
say something to Mystic here. When this all first started, I didn't know a lot of you. They brought us all together, and the first message I got was about Candy and somebody else um, going to her house and slashing her tires. Now, unfortunately, that was a message in TikTok, and I'm blocked now, so I can't find that screenshot. But if I could just get the screenshot out of here, I know what I read. I did not know who Candy was at the time. I'm sure you didn't drive to her house to slash her fucking tires, though.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, you want to
but
know
yeah,
the
she was
whole.
throwing.
You want to know the thing about that whole slashing tires and how I know it wasn't Candy that did that, because if you've ever seen big 14 tires, a jacked up truck and big tires, even a
Mm.
man would have a hard time slashing
Hmm.
those kind of tires. It's total bullshit.
Well,
It was
she has a
total
Yeah.
pickup
bullshit.
truck.
She's
So
making
she
up
has a dick
drama.
up truck. She has a dick up truck.
Yeah,
That's what
you're
you're
not
saying.
you're not slashing those kind of tires.
Okay. Okay.
I
Dick up.
Tender, do
That
you know how
now
many
that's Aunt
times I've
Marta.
watched angry wives try to slice those tires with
Yeah.
chopping axes and everything else and not be able to succeed?
Right.
Yeah. So dick up truck is a phrase that Marta coined. So if you use that, you owe her $1. She's such a bully, that Dr. Claw. Yeah, Dr. Claw, you hear her over there, huh? So he's lurking in the background causing trouble. But the thing that okay, so we figured out that I'm Inspector Gadget and she's Dr. Claw. We are trying to figure that out based on some of their traffic going back and forth. But Dr. Claw and Inspector Gadget, I'm pretty sure, are adversaries. So I make that make sense. I don't know. We are clearly
Well,
on
you're
the same
married. You
team.
know how married couples are.
Yeah, but not against the world. You know,
One
we may
minute.
fight. You know, we may fight with each other, but when it comes to the world, man, got each other's back. Period.
So you're
And then
pinky in the brain.
Take my wallet, Marta. Yeah, okay, we're pinky the brain. Okay, wait, who's pink? Wait,
I'm the brain.
I knew you were gonna say that. I'll give her that. She's a smart kid.
and
I
when
call
somebody when
She-Hulk.
somebody says, "Oh, you're jealous," that is them deflecting of their own feelings. So when that whole thing, Inspector Gadget and Dr. Claw, that was a clear jealousy on Raven's part, because she doesn't have her husband backing her like Marta and Birch back each other. So, I mean, that's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
I mean
jealous.
we
But are they
are
even married?
we're no amateurs at witch wars. You know, we were in a large community of witches, that a community I created, um, and as soon as I became unpolyamorous, a bunch of witches turned on her. A bunch of women, they were pissed that I wasn't going to fuck them anymore, basically, because she was the threat. As if she wasn't there, I
Oh,
would still do. Yeah. So yeah, she took a lot of shit from a lot of people. So we're not amateurs at this. We've had real witch wars in person.
yeah. It was
The
way
stupid
different
thing
back
is,
in
at
the
the
day.
end of the day, like, not everyone has to get along, but like, I don't understand why like a lot of this stuff happens. Like, yes, I do the news and stuff like that, but I started it because it was more like to stop it and to also help people that were copying it and like stuff like that, to bring light and maybe make changes in the community. But the
Yeah.
thing is, like, it's got to the point where like it's just absolutely ridiculous, and we're adults, and it's all very it's very childish, you know what I mean? Like, yeah,
I can
it's
I can
just
answer your
Yeah.
ridiculous.
question eclectically,
The
me. I can
grand.
answer your question. And the answer is, because of social media behind the keyboards, people have no fear of consequences. So they
Hmm.
say what they want to say when they want to say it. Be
Here
damned.
comes the consequence.
Hmm.
Well, witches, we are all about
Grammy Druid said
consequences.
so few on this app. Yeah. Grammy Druid said so few on this app have the juice to actually do anything to anyone. Absolutely. Hey, Ray, how are you?
You should, Ray.
Absolutely. Oh, somebody
Ray,
wants to
you
come
should
on.
absolutely. Ray, I wish you would come on here and tell your part.
Oh, Ray's got a part. All right, we might have to
Yeah,
get
Ray.
somebody out of the
Ray
box
went
if
through
Hey,
Ray
some
wants to come.
stuff.
I'll leave so Ray can
Okay,
come
somebody.
in.
Okay, good to see you, Empress.
Bye.
Hello.
Bring Ray in just a minute. And who would fuck with Ray? Ray doesn't do anything offensive at all, man. Fuck.
I think
Here we
Ray.
go.
I think you can get 9 people in, but I don't know how to do it.
Hey y'all, I just got home from work,
I
I
can't.
got the shower, so
Okay. Yeah, I can't get more than 6 people. There's an update that I don't have or something. Other people seem to be able to do it, but I have all the settings set the right way, and I can only get 5.
Yeah, here in Australia, we don't get all the settings like straight away either. It usually takes us like a little bit before, we're behind everyone else.
Yeah.
So, were you working on a news story about all of this on the other Witch
Yes, I
Talk
am. I
News?
went to put it up last night and it absolutely went absolute haywire. And it was all around the time Brie and her daughter had put up the about their stuff. So then I had to add to the end and then tried to put it up. I don't know what's happening, but my TikTok's absolutely going haywire. But yes, I actually did. Part one is more
we
from
know.
Gina Wicked and or Punk Rock Witch and Raven's side.
Snowflake Witch.
And then I also spoke to all you guys because I didn't want to put up information. I like to have permission and also kind of speak to everyone. So part
Yeah.
two was from you guys' side, which is going up. I was actually about to upload it again. But yeah, it's all talking about Raven. It's also talking about like the things she's done, harassment, bullying, doxing. But it's also talking about I do sort of talk about Raven and how she's claiming that she's being bullied and harassed because I'm trying to talk from both sides. But the thing is, it is going up. It's about 5 minutes, and I've now added Brie and her daughter to the end of the news cut, like the end of it. So yeah, it will
As
go up.
soon as
I
you get to the
promise.
end, somebody posts something else.
Hey guys,
Yes,
can
exactly.
we normalize, and because the raven is actually a very sacred animal in the magical world, can we just start calling her Mindy?
Yeah, for real.
Well, I
Yeah.
Yeah,
got a nickname for her, the
Maybe.
pigeon.
yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
The
Okay, so we
That's
got
pigeon.
Ray here. I think Ray's settled. Is Ray going to spill some tea or what?
yeah. A lot of people's asked me because people see me make comments. I've only made one video, and it was a friends only, and it was in spite of her, which I removed it, but it's still there. Well, anyway, my part started when they started dogpiling Akara, and this was before I was even involved in it. Mel had come to me. I was already kind of talking to Cara at the time, not big or nothing. And Mel had come to me. It's me, Mel, and she was starting to tell me some of the stuff that was going on. And at this time is the time that I started talking to Cara. Well, Raven messages me on my backup account saying, this girl that you're telling that's going to be okay is doing this, that, whatever. And she sent me 2 videos that she did and Generella did. Well, and I've got receipts on everything, just so y'all know, unlike her. And which I've already told, Cara, she's seen them, so she already knows. This was before I kind of knew everything that was going on. And I even told Raven, that I was trying to help her. That she kind of got in over her head. This was before I knew what all was going on, and I left it at that.
Mhm.
Well, she had messaged me back saying, "Was because I had told Raven that I thought that Cara had stepped into something she shouldn't have."
I'll do the
And she said,
shrimp
yeah,
one.
some of the shit that she stepped in. That was the end of that. Okay. I still continue to talk to Cara. And I wasn't really paying attention to the drama, none of that. Well, again, like I said, helping Cara, I had made a video, a pendulum video, a couple of them actually, to help her. The next morning, Generilla unfollows me, removes me, and Raven makes a friends only video saying that, basically talking to Cara, saying that she knew that she was doing this, that I can't even remember, and that her friend that she knew that was sending her videos of ravens had made a video to show her how to use a pendulum, shading me without saying my name, because she was too scaredy. I don't know what the fuck. Well, that set me off. And this was, I was getting ready to go to work. So, of course, I messaged Raven to ask her myself, hey, is she really, doing this? I need to know if she's really telling you that I'm sending you this shit. I need to know because I'm trying to help this girl. She never messaged me back. That was the end of that conversation. She never messaged me back. And so I blew up. I blew up against Cara. I've told her I apologize for it. It was a hasty decision on my end. I jumped the gun. You know, Raven never messaged me back. I did some
Weird.
divination because I knew something wasn't right. It just struck me wrong. So I made a friends only video, letting her know that no, you do not know that I am sending her any of your videos because I have not. And I let it, you know, everything come out. Well, and I straight up told her, I said, now, I want no part of none of it. I'm not even going to unfriend you. I said, one of y'all already did with
It's
the
like some
chinchilla.
match
I said, but if you want to, go ahead.
on
Well, the next morning,
microphone.
she unfollowed me, but she didn't remove me. I'm like,
Oops.
bitch, bet. So I unfollowed her and blocked her. And that's when I started talking to Car again. I apologized to her, you know, for my hasty decision, because I blew up on Car because I thought Raven, I thought she was, truthful. Then come to find out, everything started coming out about that time. Like, yeah, she wasn't. Yeah, straight up. Yeah,
The
and I
thing
started
is,
seeing
too, she
everybody's
also
shit.
went. Oh, sorry. The
So
thing is, she went after another creator on the app, Rose Pine Needle. She actually her and Zaffa went after Raven, I'm talking
yeah,
about, went after Rose, late last year, I think it was. And I was talking to Rose around that, started talking to Rose around that time, and then all the crap happened, and she absolutely lost her page. There was campaigns made to basically get her off the app. There was those pages, like those pages, those no faceless pages that pop up that like do video after video on one person kind of thing. That we've all had. The you know, that happened to Rose, and Rose lost a page in the end and started a new page. Like, there's been countless people who,
A
so
Countless.
many
lot.
When,
people. Witch
when
with
I
two
got
dogs, he's another one who's
so
been
messed
attacked.
up. My first red flag should have been when
that's how
I met her through drama. I even told Carr and Mystic that my first red flag should have been,
there's a lag
I met
going
her
on, and
through
that I'm
drama.
told means that the enemies are screen recording this video right now. So if you're in the chat, help us out. Tap that like it's the last thing you're ever gonna do, man. They hating on this right now. They're
Yeah,
reporting
yeah,
this right
sorry.
now, and if you love it more than they can hate it, we're gonna still be here. Okay,
I
sorry,
made
Ray. I
that
had to
one
say that because
video
you're
and
kind
like
of
I said,
cutting
it
out.
was friends only to kind of push back at her. Like, you tried to shade me. Well, all right, well, I got you. And I never really said my
Ah,
side of the story to nobody. Some people would even Bree even knows, thinking,
Yeah.
that I was, not doing right. And I didn't, you even know, Bree, I never tried to sway you. I'm like, y'all will figure it out.
Yeah. And I did. And I publicly apologized
Yep.
to
Yep.
Ray because I said to Ray, I said, you're hitching your wagon to the wrong team. I was absolutely wrong. And I
Yeah.
publicly
No,
apologized to
you
Ray
weren't
and to
known. I
Kara.
did you to begin with. She got me to go
see,
against Cara without receipts.
got, uh,
It's funny how some people like have the power to do that, but like that they can,
Right.
like, I don't know, you think you believe them, you buy
Yeah,
everything they're
I
saying,
did.
and then you like completely can turn your back on people and block them and do all that sort of stuff, and like then you finally realize that like who the people they are, and they're not what is being
Now,
said.
for
So
me,
it's
Lucky is a different story.
crazy.
I love Lucky. I know a lot of y'all don't. I do. Lucky's my friend. So I don't have no say on that. It's just Raven. And I've told everybody knows that with me.
Yeah, well, here's another sad thing about this situation. I actually like Lucky,
I do
and
too.
I also like Lilith's son.
Yeah, I do
But for
too.
some reason, Lucky and Lilith's son unfollowed and blocked my daughter Stormy, the Oracle Witch, and that
Oh, I
made
don't.
me very sad. And I'm her mom. So yeah, I
Yeah, that
unfollowed
was
both of them
with us.
because
Or the
if you're
son.
gonna
Well, I
jump the
love it.
gun on my kid, you don't need me. You don't need me around. I'm not gonna be around.
Yeah, now I feel you on that.
So there's fallout. There's
Yeah,
fallout. Even
yeah.
though Birch is gonna be fine, I'm fine. We're all gonna be fine.
Oh,
Fuck
yeah.
this. We will rise up. But there is a ripple effect because of this drama. Can you
Yes.
imagine some of the
Mhm.
younger witches that are new to the path and they're seeing, I mean, me and Birch are about damn near
Mhm.
as old as fucking dirt, right?
Yeah, I'm not far.
And they're seeing us go
Yeah.
through that, and I don't want that ripple effect. I don't want it to affect our community
Right, me.
in such a negative way. So, there's a fucking spell for that. That's all I got to say.
But there's been one common
And the sad thing is,
denominator
it also
every
scares them
of
from
it.
coming into the craft because they're scared that
It
they're gonna get
does.
attacked, they're gonna get judged, and they're also gonna have all this shit. Like you, and the sad thing is, like when people come to me and a lot of beginners, I actually now warn them and say, well, if you're gonna start a TikTok channel, like be prepared because you have to kind of have a thick skin because people are going, you're
Right.
gonna get nasty comments, you're gonna get
Exactly.
attacked, other witches are gonna come for you. There's going to
Crab
be
legs come
lies, there's
first.
going to be manipulation. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous that you have to even do that. You know what I mean? If you don't like someone, that's what the block button's for. Like,
Right.
block
I
them,
agree.
move on. Like,
Right?
absolutely
Yes.
ridiculous.
Well, I will say it because I don't want anybody else to say it and catch any flack. Um, any means necessary. Hexam, legal action, even mass reporting. Since they went there, and I know they've been doing it to me and everybody involved here,
Yep.
if that's all you can do to take them off the fucking app, do it. Do it. It's not hard. I made up a separate account one time and I had nothing on it at all. And I reported that account. And I reported that account. Every 20th time I reported that account, I'd get a violation. And eventually I took down my account. And the violation was hateful content. There was no content. There was not one video on the fucking page. So it's not hard. It doesn't, make you a good magician, but I say do all of the things, all of the things, anything else you can come up with. These people need to be done away with and out of here,
Yep.
like y'all said, because of the kids. We shouldn't have to be dealing with this shit. We're elders. I don't want to be embroiled in this bullshit when we got the Christian nationalists on the fucking rise. They need to be gone.
Yes.
So mote it be.
So mote it be.
Mote it be.
Oof, I worked up some
Like
energy for
someone
that.
once said to me, what is it? These people didn't peak in high school. They have to peak now. Like it's like bullies. They didn't get to bully people in high school. They're now bullying people on the internet, like kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's just
Yeah, it's childish.
Well, unfortunately, these days I can't teach my children how you really deal with a bully. That's unacceptable anymore. But still, to this day, the only way to deal with a bully is to punch the chump,
yeah. And
Yeah,
and
Reagan
they will stop.
apparently just posted a video saying that you guys are messing with her sober life.
yeah, I seen that.
Oh
Good. Start
God.
drinking.
Who?
Start drinking and see if you got enough beer goggles to look you in the mirror and think that you're hot. Uh, Mindy. We're not saying her name anymore. We're calling her Mindy
Oh,
now.
so now you're interfering with her sobriety?
Yeah. We're making her drink. She picked a bad week to quit drinking. Good thing I didn't. I got a
Sobriety.
can of whiskey.
Yeah, you drunk. I died when I seen that.
I know. I've never. Well, okay. One time on Bourbon Street, I fell face first like a tourist. That's because Christian Day and Brian Kane lagged. They said they were going to be there at 7, and they show up at 9, and the only thing they have for me to drink there is like a triple IPA. Ghost in the Machine, I think it's called. It's really fucking strong. I'm not going to just sit there in the bar and, not be giving them money. So, yeah, Christian did say right when he arrived,
Oh, you
he's,
hate Australia. A new rule came in. The bars shut at 12 o'clock here.
oh, the bar's never
Now they
closed here.
used to go all night, like early hours in the morning, but they actually shut at 12 o'clock at night, like
Yeah.
midnight. And the bottle shop shut about like 10,
But I
10ish.
remember Christian
Yeah.
saying to his husband when he saw me, he goes, he's fucked up. So
He said it
that
to me
he's
too.
one of the only handful of people that ever see me fucked up, except for Marta. I don't get fucked up.
And
I get a
really, you
buzz.
were trying to stop me from falling, and
I
that's
was
why you
trying to
fell.
stop Marta from falling, and she didn't fall, and I did. So cool. But and
Took
people on
one
my
for the
old account,
team. Hey,
and I
Stormy.
I did not stay off camera, even though it looked like somebody had raked my face with sandpaper. I still went on camera looking like that, and I told the whole story. That's probably still on Uncle Bird's too.
That's when your account was at
Uncle Bird's 3's gone,
50,000.
but Uncle Bird's 2 is still out there. I can't access the. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, a lot of people got to see my marred up face.
Yep.
I was still pretty.
Hey, Stormy.
Hi.
I have witch
Do you,
doctor news.
do you have something you want to add to the conversation?
Oh, that's Storm.
Um, honestly, I just dropped in because I know these bitches are screen recording it, so I was like, let me put my face in here. And Birch, I wanted to tell you, my
But your
husband just
face
said the
isn't
fun.
there.
My husband just said the funniest thing. He said, we were talking about it, and he was like, "Who you gonna call Uncle Birch?" So
Did
he's
your
been on
husband
me with
know that it was
everything.
steak and blowjob day yesterday?
Oh yeah, he knows, and he was
Did
fine.
your he did not? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to hear
Somebody
about
got
that.
mad at me for posting. They were very upset. Yes. Well, I'm sure there's a cunnilingus day, and I don't know, tuna. I don't know. Maybe not steak. I don't know how they do that. That was terrible.
It's lesbian
We
day
have
every
Australia
day,
Day
just in
here in
case you.
Australia on the 25th of January, and it's pretty much like sausage and steak day here in Australia. Like it's the day that we celebrate for Australia Day, basically when the white English came over and took over from the Aboriginals, because Aboriginals own the land. It's pretty much the same sort of story as Native Americans and stuff like that. Aboriginals own the
Yeah.
land, and then the white settlers came over and basically took the land as their own. But we celebrate Australia Day, and it's basically just sausages, steak, and that sort of thing. So you'd absolutely love that. I'm sorry
Stormy,
you got brought into it, Stormy.
Oh,
yeah,
I did.
Stormy, did you hear the portion where I talked about Lucky and Lilith's son and some of the fallout because of this drama? Were you on here then?
Yeah, yeah, I did hear that. It makes me sad. Like I said, I liked Patrick a lot.
Yeah,
And when I saw that, I was like, damn,
they did me.
okay.
I absolutely adore them.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't even know why. Like, is it that deep? Like, did the lie run that deep?
Don't yell.
And
Yeah,
I don't know why people have to take sides. Like, why do people have to take sides? And like, the thing is, people
Right.
that you think are your friends too tend to turn on your back. But like, I don't understand in this day and age why people have to choose sides. Like, people can be friends with different people. Like,
That's
you
exactly
you're
how
not
I look
all gonna
at it.
like the same
Just
people.
because I don't like somebody, I
You
would
know?
never tell you you can't. No, no, and you're not going to do the same to me.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, I've got
Like,
plenty of
I want
friends
to
that don't get
hear.
along. We just hang
Right.
out with them in different times.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I want to hear the whole story before I ever make a judgment. And if it's not my beef, it's not my business.
Right.
Like, and
Yeah.
then we get dragged into it. So we're like, all right, now it is my business.
Lots of text going on down here. Patrick and Lucky both blocked me. I
I would
blocked Lucky as soon
hurt
as
they
I
did
knew
me.
whose camp she was in, because this account, I've not followed anybody since this started. Um, There was when I first went to Raven's video with one of my other accounts. There were several people saying they wanted to do this, that, and the other, and the women were going to team up on me because I'm attacking women. Blah 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 blah. I made me a list. Wait, hold on.
He made a list.
It happens. It
He
happens to be
made a
sitting here,
list.
right?
The thing is, I
There's a
think you
list of
have
names
more
right
friends
there.
that are women than men.
Yes, that's what. But so I made this little list, and then I went down the list and blocked all these people. And good thing I did because about 5 of them were mutuals, and they would have been able to get past the friends only. So, well played, enemies. Well played.
Yeah. Someone's mentioned the Papa Fenwa situation. That is pretty bad.
Well, he's been really quiet, and I would be more comfortable butting heads with him. But like
Hmm.
I think it was Heathen Swamp Witch said this thing today because he was arguing with a female, and somebody gave him a hard time. It's like, well, she's a female. He should back off. And he goes, when a female steps on the battlefield, do we all drop our swords?
No.
If she's joined the battle, then she's in the battle. Maybe she's a shield maiden or something. Who knows? But
I was gonna say
you
that
start
shield maidens
hostilities.
don't
I
drop
don't. I
their
don't care what
shields.
sex you are. I don't care what race you are, nationality, what your sexual persuasion you are.
No,
we're gonna have a beef.
I'm the same. I don't see color, nationality, or anything. I just see the people as they are, how they treat me, and stuff like that. Like
Yeah, if you're an asshole, I'm gonna treat you like an asshole.
exactly.
Can we talk about the money aspect with Mindy?
Sure.
And I have had several people reach out to me in my DMs because of one of the things that I said in my video this morning about, you know, Mindy outed herself. She exposed herself that she's not been a practicing witch.
Right.
She's a COVID witch.
Yeah.
And
There are a
and if
few of those.
guys, if y'all have not heard that term COVID witch, that is where a lot of people, they were home, they were bored, and
Right.
so they come into the craft during COVID.
Yeah.
Hey, good for you.
Right.
But
Yeah.
don't
I made
fucking
a
come
lot
in
of money
here.
during COVID.
Right. Don't come in here and say that you've been a practicing witch your whole life. You're a swamp witch, you're a Creole witch, you're from Louisiana, and then start selling goods and services and readings and products, not come through with them. But you have
Mm-hmm.
a 47,000 following, so nobody says anything.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
That was my favorite part. I'm sorry, go ahead.
so yeah, so I'm also everybody that got readings and products and classes from her, and they were not completed, they were not up to snuff, they were not to the value that she charged. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying, guys, if you've purchased a product or service from somebody within a 12-month period on your bank card or your credit card, you can dispute that charge.
Charge back.
I'm just saying.
Charge back. Yep, yep. And another thing that came out during those things that were exposed, I have confirmed that she is not a graduate of the Gray School of Wizardry. Unfortunately for her, I'm in the Warden's Guild under the Gray School of Wizardry. I've never attended any of their stuff. The Warden's Guild is separate, dealing with specifically this kind of shit within the Gray School, and then outside the Gray School. So I was able to go to my sources right away and confirm no, she never even attended the Gray School. Not that that's the good flex, anyways.
Stolen valor.
Ah,
Stolen valor. Who said that?
Was that
Not good.
Virgil?
Yeah.
Stolen valor.
Seriously, stolen valor. In that place that she said she went that looked like Hogwarts. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
yeah.
But
Hogwarts
yeah,
did.
during COVID, man, everybody had a year and a day to study witchcraft. I sold so many fucking classes, man. But now that this stuff happened, feeding on your enemies and crush your enemies is gonna, pay all of our bills for several months. Just selling just off of those because they've been selling like hotcakes. Everybody wants to use the energy of their enemies to win a scratcher or something.
Stormy, what were you
Soul
going
and
to say?
broomstick.
Oh no, I was just gonna say not to bring it back to myself, but my favorite part of the shit talking video about me was, oh, I'm just a badass shit for you, and then come to find out she's only been practicing for a couple of years, and I'm sitting there thinking, girl, do you raise me? Do you know what family I come from? Like, you're gonna say that, like, whatever.
Yeah,
It's
you've
all a
been
part of
practicing
her
longer
trying
than
trying
she
to make
has.
herself look a certain way.
You've been
I didn't
practicing
even put
longer.
two and two together. This is spawn
I
of
think
Brie over
too,
here. I
a
can't
lot of
see her
people
face.
don't realize that Brie is your mum too.
Yeah, a lot
I
don't
think
know.
Well,
a
yeah.
lot of people don't
Well,
realize
she
that.
did though. Raven,
Like
because
at
she was
first,
dead.
until they kind of get to know you. I think people don't put two and two together. Well, your mum does videos every so often, but like, you know what I mean? They don't put two and two together, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, a
A
lot of
lot
people.
didn't even actually start practicing until 2014. I didn't actually put it into effect. I've been studying the paranormal and the occult for 30 years, but I didn't put it into practice until 2014.
And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with
I
starting
I think it can't.
yesterday. But don't tell somebody
Hmm.
Right.
you've been a practicing witch your
Hmm.
whole life when you were rocking it out with Sky Daddy in 2019.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How did
You know,
Carmia get booed? I didn't do it.
And the thing is too, because if you're telling people you are like a witch for so long, people will ask you questions
Oh,
too, thinking you know what you're talking
yeah.
about because you. But then time doesn't really equal to knowledge and to experience and stuff like that. You could be doing it for years and still not have the experience. But the
Right.
thing is, a lot of
Yeah.
beginner witches go, "Holy crap, she's been doing it 12 years. She's been doing it a long time. Oh, she knows what she's talking about. I'm going to ask her questions, and then she's answering these questions like." Then these witches answer these questions. I'm not specifically just speaking about Raven or anyone, but like they answer these questions and the answers are completely wrong, and they're telling these beginners this information and then they're believing that information as gospel and going, yeah, because I've spoken to someone who's experienced. You know what I mean? It's very dangerous.
Mhm.
It's
it
Yes,
is.
I
It's
agree.
misleading.
Yes.
I don't have a whole lot of pictures of my childhood, but one that I do have is me at 14 years old in a black robe with a silver pentacle on it, sitting with a couple of my students. I should dig that one up. You can see, I'm obviously 14 in the picture, but of the pictures I have, they're witchcraft pictures. So,
Yeah, see, I always thought she was a Catholic type witch. That was my impression, that she still
mhm.
like practiced and that she was, maybe that's my impression that I got, but yeah, I always thought that she was a Catholic witch.
No.
I impression she's acting like she's from where I'm from, and she's not. And I understand. If I lived in Texas, I wouldn't flex that either. But I live in New Orleans. I'll flex that all the time. It's the best place in the goddamn world to live, man.
I love it there. I've been a few times and I can't wait to go
Yeah,
back.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
and you better hit me
it
up
looks
next time,
I
Ashley.
crazy.
will. It was a rush. It was rushed.
I know, I know. Actually, there's
Isn't
somebody
it like
here
party
today, but
central? Like New
what?
Orleans, like it's absolutely beautiful with the culture and stuff, but isn't
Oh,
there like a
absolutely.
main drag that there's like all bars and stuff?
Bourbon
Oh, yeah.
Street.
Bourbon Street.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, that's what I'm thinking of because I see TV shows sometimes and you see them like and they've got the those necklaces on and stuff and they're jumping from bar to bar to bar.
the beads, beads. Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah.
beads. That's it.
The locals don't tend to go there very often. We
No,
do have
I
a
wouldn't either.
speakeasy. There's a speakeasy here that's owned by the vampires and frequented mostly by witches and vampires, and it's above Bourbon
You
Street.
talking about
So,
Father Sebastian's?
Yeah.
uh,
There's this really
they're
cool
related.
bar that you go into that
Here,
I've seen
here
a video
the
and it's like you
vampires
go in.
own.
Sorry.
The vampires here own one of the best restaurants in the French Quarter. They own a little boutique and they own
Well,
a speakeasy bar.
And they're getting ready
Is
to
that the
open
one
it
you go
up.
down a laneway and it's got like a fancy door and you have to go in the secret door?
kind of. You have to pass through. You have to pass through another bar, and there's a
Yes,
door in the
that's
back,
the.
and there's just somebody lurking by that back door, and you have to have the password. Usually pay them
Mhm.
$10 to get in, unless you're a member. Yeah, Gray School is
Yeah,
run by
that's.
Oberon. Me and Oberon
Okay.
actually had a witch war once, and it was weird because he had gone on some rumors that he heard about me back in Santa Cruz, right when his shop was moving into Santa Cruz, right after my shop moved out of Santa Cruz, and he just got embroiled in this witch war against me and tried to get me kicked out of the Wardens Guild of the Gray School. And the Wardens Guild of the Gray School revolted, and they were all going to disband if he didn't back the fuck off. And I'm over here going, God damn it, that's like my grandfather. Oberon Zell, I've grown up with his name. Oberon Zell got me into Earth first. And probably about a year later, he finally contacted me, and we made peace. And he's going, I'm really embarrassed that after all of these years, I got involved in somebody else's witch war. And I go, yeah, I was kind of disappointed in you about that too. But
All right,
we
y'all.
worked
I'm
it out.
out here.
And then two Hex
I don't have
Fests
to make a
ago,
video. I was
we were
debating
on
on
a panel
video
next
or
to
not.
each other, and the panel was about witch wars. So of course I had to bring that up and how we worked it out and made
Rub
peace.
it in.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Bye,
I'm.
Ray.
Bye,
Bye, Ray.
Ray.
I'll talk to
Good
y'all
to
soon.
see you. Okay.
And someone commented in the feed. And I was going to ask that question like a little while ago. So, well, what what do you think can be done to stop these behaviors? B, what are you going to do about fix like where are you going to go from there here?
She needs to get off social media. We need to get her off of here somehow.
Okay.
That's the only way it's ever
Yeah.
going to stop.
I do the same thing I ever do. I feed on my enemies. The more they send, the more I drain from them. The weaker they get, the stronger I get. They've already really, boosted the fuck out of my bank account. I kind of hope they keep going, really.
Yes, that's real witchcraft, but they don't know about that.
Yeah, and there's no,
And
there's
the
nothing you
thing
can do
is
about
too
it
with the
except
bullying,
stop sending.
you never know what's happening behind the scenes. You don't know what someone's going through too. And the thing is, you could just put a video up or say one thing that pushes that person. Like you don't know their mental health, you don't know their physical health, you don't know anything. And doing that too, you could be pushing someone to do something silly. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's
Well, hey,
you know
when I heard on this broadcast that it's affecting her soberness. When she called me a raging alcoholic, oh, I threw that.
Yeah.
I threw that back tenfold, and I hope you taken back to the bottle. I hope so.
Yeah,
It's
I
still
don't
not
feel
going to help
sorry
you
for her.
sleep. It's still not going to help you sleep. You can't drink enough to sleep through what I'm sending. Just saying.
All right. So I want to answer eclectically me's answer. Um,
Yeah.
I never attack or throw when it's petty. But if you go after my children, my business, my money, my home, if you try to manipulate me with magic, it's no holds bar. I have absolutely all the justifications that I need. I have the information that I need, and that's what I'm going to say about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and the
100.
person that we're talking about, Mindy, is a pathological liar. You
Yes.
can have no magical power if you're a
None.
liar. The
Nope.
universe hears that. Your spirits hear that. Your gods hear that. If you start a process of telling the truth all the time, your word carries weight. You can speak things into existence that didn't previously exist because the universe takes you seriously. They go, well, fuck, they've been right about everything else. They did everything else they said they were going to do. So there's no power there at all. It's a pathological liar. When a person lies, they kill some part of the world.
Yeah, especially the way, you talk about how she
Toxic.
belittles everybody and talks about people with disabilities or maybe the age or anything. Who's gonna want to be around that and trust her to do anything for them? People in their right mind, like, hey,
she's not right in the head. There's something I want to say you was talking about earlier. You know what? She claims to be from Louisiana, right? Well, she wants everybody to come up with receipts. I want to see a birth certificate. I want to see her, papers that she went this and there. What she accomplished.
Yeah,
She ain't going to. Look, she probably not going to even
yeah,
take the
it'll be from
time.
Colorado.
Yeah,
She's from my
Born in Colorado,
hometown.
I believe.
yeah,
She's
like
from my hometown.
Yeah.
yeah,
Huh.
Can
and
you verify that, Kara?
Well, she all I know is that she has a lot of family here, and it all leads back to that on her Facebook. We found a lot of her family members, and it shows that they're from here. We were trying to do a background check, but I haven't been able to find her in any of the with any of the names. That's the frustrating part.
maybe that's not even her real name. The way she lies,
Yep, yep,
you know. Oh, we know she might be wanted by the FBI.
for real.
For real, she
I
might be
don't.
So
end up. Huh?
if you're
I
just
don't mean to butt
joining,
in, but there was a question in the chat. It asked how long has it been since Bree or Stormy has talked to Honeybee, which is I guess all she's also part of this. And I want to answer that to be transparent. Honeybee messaged me last Friday, basically saying she wanted to talk to me and she loved me and this and that. And I responded on Monday with the truth of, I'm sorry, I will not speak to somebody who associates with people who treat me that way. As long as you're associated, I'm sorry. Good luck. I love you. I feel sorry for you. Have a good life. That was it. So that was on Monday. Previous to that, we didn't really talk often ever. Because I guess she didn't need me. And I believe Bree can speak for herself, but I know she has spoken to her recently.
Yeah. What's today? Wednesday. I reached out to
yeah.
Honeybee last week after I found out about Mindy's screenshot of Stormy's video where she was trashing my kid. I reached out to Honeybee, and Honeybee called me back the very next morning. We spoke for about 30 minutes, and she did spill some tea to me. Um, and she apologized. I said, "You're apologizing to the wrong person. You need to apologize to Stormy. That was a private conversation between you and Stormy, not me." So, but yeah, it's
And I
just a
never got an
mess. It's a
apology.
hot
It was,
mess.
hey, I want to talk to you.
Look,
What a
y'all.
tangled web.
I,
So, Christine, what do you think about all these witches coming together and showing you love and support for what you've been through?
I think it's awesome. Really, I love all of y'all. I'm not one to judge anyone for any of you know, their lives and how they live their lives. I'm like open to everyone, and I just think y'all are just amazing for real. And I thank y'all so much for real.
You're welcome.
I just want to spread the awareness about him, and maybe I can help somebody have the courage to come out in whatever life situation they're in. Because it was hard holding it in all the years. You know.
Do you feel better after coming and letting some of your truth out?
Oh yes, 100%. When I confronted him a couple years ago, then a big weight was lifted off my shoulders. I felt like a brand new person, because like I was always afraid. And you know what? Guess what? I'm not afraid anymore, especially of him. He can't never do nothing to hurt me, and he can't control me. He can't, you know, manipulate me or anything, And when I was a child, yeah. I was scared. I didn't know any better, from the day I was born, he was jealous of me. Really. My mom could tell you. He is just, just despised me ever since I was born. I didn't ever do nothing to him.
You were a kid, you were a baby. Come
Yeah.
Yeah,
on. You were a
Yeah.
small child.
Yeah.
innocent.
Yeah.
And yeah, and you shouldn't have to go through that, you know? I mean,
No.
as a child, you know, I had the best, let me tell y'all, we had a wonderful growing up, okay? The best parents, a loving home. And, you know, my mom and dad didn't fight. My dad didn't put his hands on my mama, nothing, okay? Yeah, you know, everybody had the arguments, but we had a great childhood, but nothing was never good enough for him, you know? My parents sheltered me from the world because as I learned, you know, when I got on my own, yeah, it was a horrible world. But they didn't know that the devil himself was right here, you know, doing harm
Yeah.
to doing harm to me. They just tried to protect me, you know, and they didn't know.
When you're that young, you don't have the words, you don't have the vocabulary to say, "Hey, this is what's happening."
Yeah,
And his obviously his fetishes, his childlike fetishes have not stopped.
no,
And that is
Mm-mm.
one of the concerns that, was me and Stormy had spoken about was, Honeybee has three small autistic children that are not very communicate. They do
Mm-hmm.
not communicate well. So
right,
that is a huge, huge red flag.
exactly, yes.
Yeah.
I need to try to get in touch with the father of his children, you know, to tell him, you know, if he wants to believe it or not, well, but I think any parent would listen, you know, to maybe if he loves his children, that they're in danger, you know, being there with him.
Right.
And I need
Well,
to somebody to get me in touch with him or somebody to call, you know. Is it
well, Christine, with you sharing your story and your truth, you are putting that out there, and I will tell you, the vast majority of witches out here in our community, we actually work in silence. So we don't advertise what we do behind the scenes. So
okay?
believe me, um, I think that's being taken care of.
That's awesome.
So
For
don't,
real. Yeah. You know, I felt like being quiet for all these years and I
Shaman
would
Moon.
think
Hey,
oh my God, why, you know, he could be doing this to others, you know? And I just, it was just, I feel guilty for not saying anything, you know? Because, you know, there was others.
you have nothing to feel guilty about.
well,
But,
have you seen
Nothing.
how Honeybee dresses since they
Yep.
got together? I'm just saying that's some
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
infanticide. Yeah, whatever.
yeah,
Huge red
Whatever.
flag.
Yeah.
yeah. And that, the, I just, okay, I grew up with him. I know his different ways. He been quiet right now because he's scared. He's afraid to go say something to push my buttons or to push somebody else's buttons. Because guess what? He's very, very afraid to go to jail.
Do
You
you know
know?
what company
He
he
still
works
could.
for?
Oh yeah, oceaneering.
Ocean Airing?
No, oceaneering.
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 Yeah,
Like
You might have to
engineering.
spell that.
huh?
Guys, did y'all hear that?
Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be on YouTube in a couple hours. So y'all, the haters that are screen recording it, you can save time. I'm gonna post this to YouTube. It's gonna be up there forever.
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah. And
Hey, YouTube.
then I don't know any much about the Masons, but he's in the Masons and acting like he's high and mighty, which I hear that they're nothing but
Hello.
pedo
He's
Can
not
you guys hear
people.
smart
me?
enough
I
to be
don't.
in any other upper level of
I
the
can hear you,
Mason.
Darkman.
Thank you.
He's got to be a lower level Mason if he is at all.
Right.
Yeah, oceaneering. Yeah, that's how you spell it. Yep.
We
And
got
then
Dark Moon Goddess just jumped in.
Sometimes you just got to ask the right questions. All right,
Yeah.
guys, I got to jump
yep.
off of here. Blessings to everybody, and y'all have a great evening.
You
You
Blessed
too.
too.
be, Bree.
Bye,
Bye,
Mom.
guys.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye,
Bye.
Stormy.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish this cigarette and stop doing uncle stuff. I gotta start doing dad stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
there was
then
something
soon.
I wanted to
And
share.
husband stuff.
hey,
Yeah, what's up, Darkman?
How's Miss
I
Rach
was
doing?
I was a follower of Lucky
Good.
for about a year now, and I've seen some rabbit hole
things, postings that were pretty toxic, you know, and I recently unfollowed her because of it. And I came to a post about her hexing a baby and all this. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh no, I don't need to be around that, you know, and because I got children of my own. And, you know, I'm trying to make friends on here, you know, as a witch,
Yeah.
you know, to for spiritual growth, you know. And I was also a follower of Miss Honeybee, and when I noticed I recently unfollowed Lucky, just I noticed that Miss Honeybee just started like distancing herself from me, and I'm like, huh. So I kind of found out that they were friends, and I'm like, yeah, I don't need to be friends with, you know, toxic people. So I
Hmm.
unfollowed Miss Honeybee as well. Because I don't agree with, you know, bullying or trashing people, you know, on social media. You know, if you don't
Right.
like somebody, there's no reason for that. And, you know, I'm a grown woman and I'm not all for that drama stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they do that because they're insecure with themselves, you know, and they're trying to make
Yeah.
themselves look better, but they're making it worse, you know,
Yep.
bullying.
Yeah,
So let me
I was nice. I
put
was
this.
nice. Oh, sorry. I was nice with, you know, Miss Honeybee, you know, I was very nice to both of them, but I felt like they took that for granted. So, and also I'm not for like that negative drama, and I am totally against harming children. You know, children
Right.
are innocent, and texting or cursing, and I don't really know what all happened with that. I just kind of just got the gist of what was being posted.
Yeah.
So a couple things I got to throw out before I get out of here. I I don't study just witchcraft books. My favorite book is the 48 Laws of Power. The 10th law of power is beware the infected, for they shall infect you. There are
Hmm.
certain people you can help and certain people you can't help. The people you can't help are the people that are constantly creating their own drama,
Yeah.
constantly making their lives miserable.
Yeah.
You can try and save a drowning person and you can be drowned by that person. So this goes for like in real life, but here on TikTok too. If you're around those toxic people, if you have them in your feed, they will infect you. You
Oh
can
yeah.
die from somebody else's misery. Now I want to put out one more time for everybody that joined late. The tea today is that Bree told me about a week ago, and just gave me permission to tell the story today, that Ginarella Wicked, who will be ever known as the Snowflake Witch, was going to make a model of my house out of popsicle sticks, paint it light blue like the color of my house, and burn it down on the full moon. Now, I
Oh
don't
my
know how long these
God.
people's magic takes to take effect, but we're way after the full moon,
And I
and
can
we're all
confirm
doing
she
it.
threatened to burn my house down too. So that's the kind of
Yeah,
shit she does.
yeah.
I feel
So
like when
she's
people make
high on the
threats like that, they're not only messing with or trying to mess with us, but they're messing with a whole army of gods and goddesses that are
Yep.
protecting us and
yeah.
ancestors.
Yep.
So good luck
Well,
with
and now there's a hashtag Army of Witches. This has
Yes.
become an Army of Witches. As soon as I got involved, and I hope I can take some credit for it, they all rose to the surface. People that from 2 years ago still harboring a grudge against these people for what they fucking did. They have way too many enemies to take on.
Yes, they
They
do.
they they need an army of witches, but they don't have one. But we
yeah,
have one, and
yeah.
so I've got to thank them for bringing us all together
I
and
agree.
making many new friends and allies. That's a bad strategy. We'll see how that works, Cotton.
Right. And look, um, I'm gonna see how I'm gonna word it. Well, you know, you don't sit there and cause drama and say you're gonna do this and that to people when you got skeletons that's gonna be tumbling out your closet. Okay, you know,
Yeah.
Yes, so much bones. Oh my God.
So well said.
like let me tell you, Papa
And my thing
Finoir's
is
closet, his closet is full of them, and they finally coming trickling out. Okay, this is just the start. This is just the start. He's gonna be he I know he's already regretting it, you know, but
Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah,
He has shut up. I don't hear from him at all.
yeah. He's trying to
He's
be
messaging me all the time for a while there.
yeah. He's I think he's what he's
Hey,
doing.
beautifuls.
He's trying to be
Hello.
sneaky and gather evidence or whatever. That's what I believe. You know, like I said, I've known him 44 years of my life, okay? And yeah, but he's scared. He is scared. And he
Yeah.
has nothing, he has nothing to
Hi,
defend
Rose.
himself. He has nothing to defend himself.
Oh,
And,
Yeah.
you know, he's
bravery,
trying to
though.
put on
Bravery.
this, you
Okay.
know, that
So I'm gonna be
he's
out of here in about like 2 minutes here. Let's give Rose Pine Needle the final thoughts.
okay.
Oh, what final thoughts? But,
Well, you jumped in for a reason. You had something to say, right?
oh, I really did. I did. It's the fact that, like everyone's saying on here, she's making out that. So the last post that she did, isn't it? Her basically saying that everything she's the victim and everything that she's gone through, and it really annoyed me. And the reason it
Yeah.
annoyed me is I've spoken to this woman. Not only have I spoken to her, it was 6 times a day. Like it, constant. I know this girl. I know this. I know this person. And for the fact that she's trying to make out the trying to make the narrative suit her is really starting to get on my nerves. I
Yes.
don't know. I don't know if she was essayed, and we can't all say that she was or she wasn't because we all don't know the fucking truth. But I can stand here now and I can say this now. We have not contacted her family at all. But I can stand here now and I can say this now. We have not contacted
Yeah.
her family at all.
We got echo going on now.
There was
Oh,
an
and then
echo.
they bumped her off. Yeah, and they bumped her off. They were doing that the other day. Well, hey y'all,
I know what everyone's saying. Where's her reaction? It's not like someone who has been essayed. I see your
yeah,
point. I do. But it doesn't matter if you scream essay or you don't, to even judge someone on the fact that they say that. You can't know for sure. You
yeah,
can't. If she wants to play that victim, if she wants to stir it to that gut wrenching point of where people are gonna feel that sorry for her, then that's her mental issue in my eyes. It really is.
absolutely,
And she needs to look inside
absolutely,
herself for her to even divulge that on social media.
absolutely. Well, hey everybody, I got to start doing dad and husband stuff and stop doing uncle stuff. Mystic Holistic is supposed to be going live on YouTube sometime tonight. Keep an eye out
Thank you
for
guys
that.
for
I'm
the
sure.
warm welcome, and it was nice
And
talking to
check out
you.
my video. It should have posted by now where I told the
She's a
story about
gaslighter.
the popsicle sticks. So the whole story should be on a video by now. All right, you
You've
Bye,
guys.
got to love him,
everybody.
guys. You've got to.
Probably see you tomorrow.
Bye.
God
Yeah, for
bless
sure.
you,
Bye.
everybody.
Had to say hello.